Hey folks, I have this awesome model I've designed and I want to add my logo to this top panel. Now, how do I do that? Well, it's easier than you might think. So let's do it right now. Now, first of all, you want to take your logo, whatever that might be, and whatever file format that might be, and we need to convert this into an SVG file, a scalable vector graphics file. Now, you can do that very easily by going to a website like convertio.co or some other converter and just convert that into an SVG file and download it. We need that because when we then import that into Blender, it imports as curves, which is something that we can work with. So now if I go to File and I go to Import, and I go to Scalable Vector Graphics down here, .svg. Make sure you don't click SVG as grease pencil by mistake. We need Scalable Vector Graphics .svg. So, and then in this menu, I then select your logo that you've downloaded as an SVG file. And you'll see when you convert your logo to an SVG, it should be all black. Now, don't worry, we can recolor this in Blender, or you can, select that in your slicer and color the parts you want. But for now, we're going to import that SVG into our scene. You'll see in the top panel menu, it's going to come in as a bunch of different curves depending on your model. So in that menu, you can hit Shift to select, click the top one, go to the bottom one, hit Shift to get all those, and then select them all, and then hit Control J in your scene. It will put them all together. And now you can see here that I have this bunch of curves added, but as a flat icon in my model. Now, much like other parts of your model, if you hit G, you can grab it and manipulate it. So I'm going to move this up on the Z-axis. And then with a top-down view, so hitting 7 on the numpad, I am then going to hit G, and I'm going to move this on the X-axis. And then I'm going to hit G and move it on the Y-axis. I'm going to scale this down a little bit here. If you don't like the way your model is scaling, you can see here that my pivot point is down here. I can align this by hitting right, and then I can hit Set Origin, and I can do Origin to Center of Mass. And there you go. And now when I scale it, it scales neatly. Okay, cool. So let's grab this on the Y, bring this to the middle, grab this on the X, and basically place whatever your image is, whether it be a logo or some other pattern that you like. And I'm going to put that in the middle of my model. Just move it around a little bit more. Great. And now I'm going to hit G, and I'm going to move it down on the Z-axis until it's sat just in my model there. It's like just within it. Now, if you go down to the right, you'll see this little, it looks like 2 squares with a line, and this is the data project properties, and this is where we can edit those curves. So if I click on this, and then I go down to the geometry part here, I can extrude this. So if I do extrude this by 0.1 and then hit Enter, you'll see now that it has some geometry, which is pretty cool. If I grab this, you can move it up. You can see here that it's given it some thickness, which is cool. I'm going to bring this back down to where it was because I was happy with that. I'm going to hit G. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit, but I do want to make sure that it's stuck within the model still. Now, what we can do is a tool we've used before, if you've followed my other tutorials, is we can now use the Boolean modifier. So this is still just a bunch of curves. So what we can do is we can right-click, convert to mesh. If we convert this to mesh, now when we click on if we come out of this, this is now a mesh like everything else rather than curves. So if we now click on our model and we do what we've done many times before, we hit generate, we hit Boolean, we hit union, and then we click on our thing. It's still named curve. You could rename this if you want, but basically if we click that, now you'll see that it becomes part of the model. Now, if you see that it has sort of 2 tones going on, that is because our Boolean object is still visible. So if you hide that, which is our curve 5, you can now see that that has become part of our model. So I now have this awesome product that I've designed with this cool pattern, and now also my logo stamped on the top. How cool is that? And that's it, folks. We're all done here.